Hello and welcome to our recording this evening or this morning. It is Tuesday, it is the 7th of November, and we welcome you to our soul reflection, embracing the cosmic Christ energy. And the theme for this evening or this morning is the edge of chaos, the edge of chaos. But first, let us just connect with our heart. Because as I've said in repeated recordings, 2012 is really about Christ consciousness. And what is Christ consciousness? Well, Christ consciousness, as many of us already know, is a heart-centered consciousness. It's where we come from the heart. And it's my simple belief that the heart is our greatest teacher. But first, I would like to light a candle, a simple candle, and it's a candle for peace. And it's also to bless the universe, to acknowledge Gaia's gifting to us, to acknowledge the company of heaven and their daily ministrations to us. So we offer this simple light as an offering of love for you, thanking you for the contributions that you make to releasing positive love, light and blessing to the world. And we begin by saying we light a light for global peace and interspiritual unity. In the name of our beloved Father, Mother, God Supreme, who creates life. In the name of the cosmic Christ, who loves life. In the name of the Spirit, the Divine Feminine, who is the fire of life. In the name of Gaia, our beloved Earth Mother, for she nurtures the divine life in all of creation. In the name of all faith traditions and none, for they too are the sons and daughters of God, our brothers and sisters. And we celebrate our spiritual diversity here by honoring the Supreme in one another. So our offering this evening is an offering of love. And it's also a gift to the whole people of God. Let us be still for a moment and let us just use the gift of free will and let us call on the company of heaven. The company of heaven being the ascended masters, our teachers, the angels and the archangels, our guardian angels, our angel bankers, yes, and our angel window cleaners who clean our third eye and allow us see beyond our nose, to see the mystery of love, to see the mystery of beauty that we talked about last night. We call on the nature spirits. We call on the tree divas and the elementals. We call on Gaia herself. For she has worked tirelessly from the beginning of time to ensure that there is an equal balance in this galaxy. And against all the odds of man's inhumanity to man and nature, she has daily empowered each one of us to speak our truth, to step into God's power, and to enjoy the gifts of creation. So let us just come now let us come into this place of beauty and let us feel the love of a beloved Mother Earth who cares for us and who longs for the children of God from all faiths and none, from all walks of life and none, to unite and dispel the negative energy that is zapping the heart of the children of God. So let us be still. Let us come into our interior castle that Teresa of Avila talks about. Let us come into the place of beauty wherein the Supreme lives within us. And the language that we use is the language of silence, the language of love. So let us be still now. Let us kick off those shoes and let us relax our tired, weary muscles. Let us have some me time. If Jane Fonda can slap all that muck on her mush, as you see on the TV adverts, and then says, because I'm worth it, aren't we worth more than this? Aren't we worth this time of being still and reawakening the divine within us? Of course we are. But it's not easy, is it, to make time in a busy day where one is multitasking. But often when we multitask, well, I do, I meet myself coming back. And then towards the end of the day, when I sit in prayer, where I'm supposed to spend my hour from 12 to 1, I inevitably wake myself up snoring. Let us be still. Let us enjoy being here together, connecting heart to soul, the gateway to God. Let's relax for a moment, for this is precious to us. Let us focus now on our in-breath. Let us enjoy taking a deep, non-labored breath and breathing in the love of the cosmic Christ. And in our out-breath, gather all those negative thoughts that have seeped away at our inner peace, and let's release them to Gaia, our beloved Earth Mother. Can we do that? Let's try again. Nice deep breath. And now release all that tension, just gently moving our head and relaxing our spine. And just feel the love around our feet from beloved Gaia. And now that we are feeling more relaxed and less tense, come with me and let us sit together at the table of many blessings. And let us listen to our heart. The heart does speak, but not many hear it. Even the theologians and the great scripture scholars, the politicians and the great mathematicians, the scientists who spend hours trying to work out the finest fraction, the puzzle to end their long search, and yet the Supreme calls the ordinary man and woman, like little Bernadette of Subaru, the children of Fatima, the great Corrie ten Boom, Martin Luther King even. They began life as ordinary people, ordinary men and women like you and me. And God the Supreme touched them and gave them a vision. Like Francis of Assisi, little Thérèse of Lisieux, Sri Chimoy, Archbishop Romero, the wonderful Gandhi, my hero, Rumi, Mia Baba, Osho. They all started like Mother Teresa of Calcutta, just being ordinary. And then in prayer, God speaks to their heart. And they hear that voice. And they act on that voice. To much ridicule and often to rejection. But they hear the voice. They follow it. And they know they'll be laughed at and ridiculed, as I have been many times, for daring to hold this vision, to reach out to all faiths and none, where experts look at you as if you're something under their shoe, because you're not clever enough, you're not academic enough, you don't speak with that je ne sais quoi. Who cares? God's children will hear, even in the wilderness of their desolation, like you will hear now. So let us come to the theme, the edge of chaos. And in my notes it reads, there should be a rational response to everything. We thought it should be possible to make a better world. Hello? It hasn't worked. You know it hasn't. I know it hasn't. And watching the political adverts for the two presidential candidates in America, which has caught great interest here in the United Kingdom, we are so enthralled. But I love Obama. He's a good man. He has tried. And we love him here in England because we know he represents the marginalized. And he speaks truth. He speaks truth. How do we know that? Because you can see it in the man's eyes. And I guess I best be quiet in case I'm upsetting your choice of candidate. So what and where and how have we gone wrong? Man, when left to his own devices, has the potential to destroy. We've seen it in history. Hitler started off as a good man. Yes, he did. Saddam Hussein the same. But each one was in turmoil. They had demons in their life, skeletons in their cupboard, which were not healed. And rather than face their inner woundedness, they create an outfit, a scheme, a venture, and they have people feeding their ego. And then it becomes corrosive, destructible. So we today are living on the edge of chaos, and we on planet Earth need the cosmic Christ to bring balance, to bring harmony, to bring divine connectedness through nature to the Supreme. But not many are listening. I watched Romney talk about, rather unfairly and uncharitably, about Barack Obama, naming him and shaming him, expecting him to be a miracle worker. And I thought, how unkind. It's so easy to point the finger, isn't it, today, when one isn't in that position of trust. I know it from being a ward sister or a charge nurse and a senior nurse in palliative care. It's so easy for people to point the finger at you. Even as the founder of the Teo community, it's so easy for people to point the finger rather than deal with their own stuff. Human nature, we've seen it in the church. We see it in the Catholic Church that I'm a member of, how it's destroying itself through arrogance and deceit, through lies, control. But we see it now in the various Buddhist families, the in-house fighting and rivalry. It's not only in the church, in religion, it's in Islam, it's in Judaism as well, but it's also in politics. It's in town halls, it's in the White House, it's in the Vatican, it's in London and Westminster. Man has this insatiable thirst for power. And when you give him that power, they're like a fast train without a driver. So where have we gone wrong? To live on the edge of chaos, to deny ourselves this opportunity to embrace simplicity. What does your heart say to you? Well, I keep remembering and reminding myself of a wise saying from an old monk when I was a young novice back in 1967. And you know what? The saying is so true. And I would love to share it with you. Maybe it will resonate. Maybe it won't. And Brother Gabriel said to me, desolate is the whole world laid desolate, because no man stops to think in his heart. Let's reflect on that. Desolate is the whole world laid desolate, because no man, woman stops to think in their heart. And that is Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness is to take us from having to go to the mind and process. What's that saying to me? What's that all about? That will cease. Everything will be processed in the heart, for the heart, by the heart, through the heart. Let us now conclude our session with a healing meditation where we will bring in the Christ with Magdalena. I would like us to go for a little walk in our mind's eye. I would like you to take me to your favorite place. It may be in Pennsylvania. It may be in Philadelphia. It may be in New York. It may be here in the South Lakes or Dublin, wherever. But let's just find somewhere that's quiet, where we can hear the birds sing and we can smell nature. And hopefully we will find a stream with a little waterfall. And now that we've found it, let us sit by it. And as we relax, let us hear the water. Let us smell the freshness of the air. Let us see the morning dew. And in the distance is a little deer and rabbits. And we can hear the woodpecker tapping away at the tree. We can hear all of the birds singing their praises. And as we relax, we can see the mist lifting, and we see two figures, the shape that looks like a young man and woman, walking towards us arm in arm. And we can hear laughter. Yes, they are laughing. There is a joyness about them. And they come past us and they say, hello, are you so-and-so? And I say, yes. Have you heard the news? And we go, what news? Have you heard about Christ consciousness? Yes, but not sure. Well, let me explain. And okay, we sit and we listen. And in listening, we're almost falling asleep. And suddenly, the young man before us allows us see something that catches our eye. Behind his tunic, it's as if there's a light bulb going in and out, on and off. It's pulsating behind his cream-colored tunic. And he notices we are looking, and he says, what do you see? And we're silent. He said, this is my heart that beats with love for you. This is my heart, which was once wounded for love of you. This is your heart too, when you surrender to my love and you allow me lead you, so that you're not living life on the edge of chaos, going from one crisis to another, but that you're rooted and grounded in the knowledge that you are loved, that you are a beloved of God, and that you are free. You are free. Place your hand over my heart, and suddenly there's an impetus within us to want to touch the heart of the Christ. And as we are about to place our hand towards the heart, we suddenly find our hand is burning. The heat is so intense, we draw back. And the heat from the heart of God in Christ is flowing through the palm of our hand, and it's shooting right up our arm and across our neck, around our head, through every sinew, muscle and tissue, through every organ in our body. And suddenly we are sweating, perspiring. It's as if we've been electrocuted with love. All from the heart of the Christ. We lie down, and all we can see is a beating heart of love, a beating heart that cares about you and me. And the heart has a voice, and it's calling us to stillness. It's inviting us to embrace the heart of God, not religion. For religion has enslaved so many to fear. But Christ consciousness is here to set us free, so that we can choose to live our life in freedom. And as you relax, you are aware that you're feeling light, and there's a sense of ease around you, and all is quiet, all is still, all is well. For the cosmic Christ has allowed you to see his heart, and he has allowed you to place your hand towards it. And the rays of the love that's flowing from the heart of the Christ is releasing a love within you that's empowering you. Take back your power and speak your truth as a beloved. And you feel the healing light, the healing love, and the healing rays. Release all sadness, all negativity and pain, and bring the peace of God into your life, into your heart, into your very soul. And suddenly all around you the mist gathers again, and in the midst you can hear the birds singing. There is joy. And when you open your eyes, the Christ has gone. But you notice by your feet there's a card with a little flower attached, and it's saying, phone me, phone me, call me on this number, and I will be with you. And I will be with you, and I will walk with you, and I will care for you, because you are precious in my sight. And I want you to know this, that you are not alone anymore, and that I'm preparing you to embrace the cosmic Christ consciousness of love, where there is no agenda to control you, to manipulate you, only set you free. We are at this table back again. We are gathered around this table of love, and we are aware that there's been a shift of consciousness. Our heart is much lighter. We are more relaxed. And we're looking at this card with a little flower, a little carnation in fact, and it's got call me. And in brackets, 24/7. How beautiful. So we are loved. We are at peace now. And we are back in our heart, sensing the love of the Supreme. And all is well.